Okay, I need to log in. Are you already in?
No, not in yet.
Okay, let me log on and then say hi to everybody. So Anthony Toh says, wrong name displayed. Is it?
I won 2 times now.
Is it? She's not Haryanto though. Okay.
Oh no.
Wong Keat Man says, please talk about cats.
Oh.
We'll try.
We'll try.
Cats
Maybe we will.
Somewhere.
Joanne Ang, hello.
Hello, hello. Okay, I'll let me type and say hello as well. Hi everybody.
Oh, her Lervin's Lim. Hi, this is our intern boy Junyong.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So everyone knows now that Junyong.
Oh no, I revealed.
Okay, Brandon Lim says yo. Kai Gui says hello, hello. Hi Kai Gui, it's a familiar name. I've seen your name for a couple of weeks already. Thank you for tuning in every week. Okay, so Rachel.
Okay.
There was a video of a road rage. I think a lot of us are familiar with this. This came out last Saturday between a cyclist and a lorry. It went viral with more than 2 million views and had more than 28,000 shares.
This incident, which happened before noon at the junction of Pasir Ris Rise and Pasir Ris Drive 3, here's a clip of the accident.
So there is no sound, so we'll just kind of narrate the video for you. So you can see two cyclists kind of like cycling there. And then, yes. Where did that come from? Was there a cat? Did I see a cat?
No, there's no
cat. No cat.
So the lorry driver, Zhang Sheng Zhong, is a 57-year-old fish farm owner who was arrested for rash driving.
And then also the cyclist, Eric Cheng, 35, he was arrested for rash riding and mischief. Now, the video, evoked sharp reactions from netizens, with many saying that action should be taken against both the cyclist and the lorry driver.
Yes.
And if you're wondering who this person is, who just joined us, she is our colleague Ashley Sim. She's our video editor and videographer, and she's also an avid cyclist and a car driver. So we thought that she was well suited, right,
for
to
this,
be with us,
to talk to
tonight.
us about this. Yeah. So Ash,
you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello. Hi everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So Ash, you saw the video, right? How do you feel about this incident?
I felt that they both overreacted to a very small inconvenience. The lorry driver could have waited just a little bit more for the cyclist to filter. And the cyclist should have been more prompt to filter to the left as well, to not block the road.
Got it. And as someone who cycles in a group, right, how do you ensure that you are safe on the road?
So it is true that some cyclists do not have knowledge of the road rules or the highway code. So most of the social cycling groups that are out there, including the ones that I join, they do have a briefing before every cycling session. The leader would ask the riders to never beat the red lights and also pass on the hand signals for turning left or turning right to the back of the peloton, so that the cars at the back can see what we're trying to do.
And I'm very glad that you brought up the fact that they should never beat the red light, because I've seen quite a few times like road cyclists, like they just go straight when it's a red light.
Okay. So for you as a cyclist, what are some of the challenges that you face on the road?
Okay, a lot of times I find that cars come really close to me, and it's quite frightening. So I have to cycle on the double yellow lines, and that's quite challenging for me because when there's a drain, cover or debris on the side of the road, I have no space to avoid them, and it's dangerous for me.
And it's also difficult, I can imagine, to maintain balance on the bike because the wheels are pretty thin, right? They're quite narrow, right? So it's not like it's super sturdy.
Yeah. You're referring to road bikes. Yes, most of us are riding on road bikes.
Sorry.
That's why we're on road.
Here, so.
Mountain is off road.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah. So the clip that we saw, the cyclist was riding a road bike. Yeah, and most of us who ride on the road, are using this kind of bicycle. So they are very responsive, super responsive. So if a car goes by at high speed, the wind gust is enough to throw us off balance, or even a very small nick from the side mirror is also enough to throw us off balance as well.
I think we saw in the video, the lorry just basically swerved and hit him and he just flew into thank goodness there was a grass patch there.
Yeah,
right?
if not it would be worse, the injuries, right?
Yeah, it's quite frightening.
So I understand that given what you said, right, there should be some space between the cyclist and the motorist, right, the motor vehicle. So I understand that in Queensland, Australia, you know, like motorists, they have to maintain a 1 meter wide spacing
right.
if they are traveling at 60 kilometers per hour. But if it's more than 60 kilometers per hour, it'll be 1.5 meters.
Correct.
Do you think there's something similar here in Singapore?
Oh, a long time ago, a couple of years back, there was a campaign that says 1.5 meters matters. So it's to encourage motorists to stay 1.5 meters away when filtering or trying to overtake cyclists on the road. That was a really fantastic campaign. I used to see a lot of car decals at the back of cars, and it sort of reminded each other to give space to cyclists. But now all those decals have somehow disappeared. Yeah, and I think it's forgotten. So maybe it's a good time to bring it back again. This campaign.
Right. So we've been kind of like talking. Sorry, my words. My goodness. So we've been talking about it. All this from a cyclist point of view. How about from a motorist point of view?
Yes, I'm a motorist as well. So from a motorist point of view, I do have a pet peeve as well when cyclists kind of squeeze to the front right at the red light and stays there. Yeah. So when moving off, cyclists tends to be a little bit slower because they need to clip in, and they start to wobble and trying to balance while clipping in, and it really holds up the traffic at the back. So when I'm driving as a motorist, usually is for a purpose, commuting to a certain place for work or to do something, and I really don't have the luxury of time to crawl.
This person.
It's for a purpose. You know, I'm driving for a purpose. If I'm riding, it's leisure.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not in a hurry. So I can understand they are not in a hurry to clip in. But other motorists might be in a hurry to get to where they want to be.
I see.
Yeah. So they should be more considerate.
So do you recommend that they actually just stay where they are, even if there are maybe 3 cars away from the red light, they should just stay there?
Yeah. Yes. I try to. I always stay behind the cars. So I just wait in line in the queue.
But is it a matter of visibility? So they feel that, okay, if we go to the front, all the cars will know that at least we are on the road, then they'll be more mindful.
No, actually it's worse. Because when you squeeze on the side, sometimes drivers, when they move off, they are not aware you have already reached the side of their car, and you might be in their blind spot.
I see.
Yeah, as a cyclist.
Okay.
Yeah. It's even worse off actually if you try to squeeze at the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think can be done better?
This is personal. I think it might be good for cyclists to learn or take the riding theory test that is a requirement for motorcycle riders. So this theory test gives basics as to not only introduces the rules of the road to completely new riders and users, they also teach you defensive riding as a motorcyclist. So I think because the size of the bicycle and motorcycle is somewhat similar and they move in a similar fashion, it might be good to take up this theory test by the traffic police. Yeah. So defensive riding is one of them, like how to anticipate dangerous situations. That's very important for motorcyclists and riders.
We actually have some commenters really agree with you with what you said. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we'll just,
Thank
before
you.
we say we thank you and say bye, maybe we'll just read some comments and then you can answer. It's a curveball, but okay, don't stress. Okay. So Barnabas Chong asks, may I know what the lorry driver should have done after the cyclist hit and broke his side mirror? What is the right thing to do? What would you have done? So this is a very personal thing. ST doesn't endorse everything, but your personal point of view, maybe you want to share?
Okay, so I'm taking on 2 personals here, right? If I'm the lorry driver, I would have stopped when he hit my mirror. Yeah, stop immediately and pull out to the side and check for any damage. Yeah, because if there was any damage to my car, the first thing I want to do is to get evidence. I will take a photo.
And then go to insurance?
Yeah, make a report. Yeah, and take a photo of the cyclist as well. Yeah, but I will not swerve or trying to kill him, you know? Yeah.
Will you attempt to approach him?
Yes, I will attempt to approach him. Yeah. If he stops as well, then I'll ask him, what are you trying to do? Yeah.
And then we have Ming Yang saying government should change the rules to only allow single file riding on roads.
Ah, okay.
So this one actually we'll get to in a bit. We still haven't shared the code of conduct on the
Yes,
the highway code, right? So actually, okay, I'll just say it now since we're answering. Ash actually told us that cyclists are allowed to ride two abreast in a lane.
Yes.
If there's two.
If
So
there are 2 lanes or more.
right, yeah. So if and I think it's also safer in that way,
Yes.
right? So if we kind of like regress to like single file along the side of the road, I think that's also quite dangerous because, as she said, then being squeezed to the side is not safe. Okay, then let's see any other comment here. Okay, I'll just read one more before we get back to our program. So Brandon Lim says, it's understandable why the lorry driver did that, but still that was uncalled for. It's like using a sledgehammer to break an egg.
Yeah. Perhaps I'll add on because I haven't answered if I'm the cyclist, what I should have done, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm a cyclist and I'm trying to move off from the traffic light and someone behind me keeps horning at me, I would just look back and say hi and please wait for a while, and then I just filter to the side, right?
Yeah.
So there's no need to show aggression because it just makes everything worse.
And you've had your fair share of people being aggressive towards you on the road, right?
Yeah, and
all the
we
time.
spoke about how hand signals in general might give, might have miscommunication between the cyclist and the motorist because not all motorists understand hand signals.
True. Yeah. If there's a refresher course or a unified course for drivers, motorcyclists and cyclists for a set of consistent hand signals, then everyone will understand everyone and there will be no confusion over what the motorcyclist or cyclist is trying to do in front.
Okay, and maybe if you notice Ash is actually wearing a bracelet which has all her details on it. Maybe you can share a bit more about it.
Oh, okay. This is what we call a road ID. So a lot of cyclists wears this. It has all our medical information on it and also our emergency contacts. If we do get in an accident and no one else is with us, the paramedics would know who to contact. And critical information like if you have a blood disorder, they would know exactly what to do. Yeah, like clotting issues. Yeah.
So everything is all pointing to safety first, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so in summary, here are some key codes of conduct by the Land Transport Authority. So on road cyclists are to ride as close as possible to the left-hand side of the roadway. And for roads with at least 2 lanes in the same direction, cyclists can cycle at a maximum of, at 2 abreast on roads.
Yes, and make sure to use correct hand signals to alert drivers and other motorists when turning, slowing down or stopping.
So, but that do keep in mind that this code of conduct is not the full list. For more information, please go to the Land Transport Authority website and look up the full rules. Well, thank you so much, Ash, for joining us today, for sharing your point of view and showing off your cool bracelet. I hope this will encourage further discussion. It doesn't end here.
Yes.
Any questions or any statements you want to make, please continue to share with us.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ash. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Stay here, don't go yet. Before we go, we do want to play a short video that will hopefully make remembering safety first on the roads a bit more fun. Let's take a look.
If you're turning left or turning right, slowing down or stopping. Just like other motorists, cyclists should obey all traffic rules such as stopping at red lights, cycling on the leftmost side of the road, and cycling in the same direction as other motorists on the road. Cyclists must not cycle on expressways. During bus lane operation hours, cyclists must cycle in a single file in bus lanes.
So there you go, that was our discussion on road etiquette. And if you're wondering what's happening here, well, we have a technical difficulty, but we're trying to get the Hangout logo back on soon.
Yeah. Until then, you can focus on us.
On us, yeah, I think. Yes. Okay, so actually, a lot of people are quite passionate about this subject. There's a lot of comments here. Some are very strongly worded, some very strong opinions. I think we can take some. We'll just read some. Have you seen any of interest?
Lim Etiquette said, if you look at the video again, the lorry moved closer and closer to the cyclist at the traffic light. So I think we can kind of tell that the two people not giving way, you know, as Ash spoke about.
And then Kai Gui says, there is no cycling culture in Singapore yet, hence you see so many clashes between motorists and cyclists.
Yeah, and we talk about how for other countries like Copenhagen, I mean the most friendly city for cyclists, they have a lot of bicycle lanes.
Which we don't have, right?
Yes, we don't have, but we also can't really compare because they have a cycling culture there, like this commenter said.
Okay, so Ithira Perumal says, two cyclists abreast and a vehicle moving, you're actually road hogging, aren't you? I think not according to the Code of Conduct by Land Transport Authority. You can check the website for more details. Okay, and then okay, one more comment I'll take. Mok Xiao Zhi says, make sure the term abreast is clearly defined. What is understood is even if you occupy the whole lane, it is still abreast. I believe we shared some images or photos. If you didn't get a chance to catch it, maybe you can rewind a bit, then maybe you can see. Hopefully it'll be clearer. Or just check the Land Transport Authority website. Okay, so moving on, Rachel.
Okay, so as of today, more than 400 people have been killed and more than 1,400 injured by the tsunami that struck Indonesia's coastal areas around Sunda Straits on December 22nd.
And more than 150 people are still missing. The Sunda Straits, if you're wondering, is between the islands of Sumatra and Java, and the coastal areas most affected are the Pandeglang Regency, Serang and South Lampung.
The tsunami was thought to be triggered by an eruption from the Anak Krakatau volcano.
And on Tuesday afternoon, there was a fresh eruption at the Anak Krakatau volcano. It sent residents fleeing from the Java coastline, as you can see here. Thousands have already been evacuated from the affected areas, and the military and police are searching for more victims. However, things are still dangerous because hampering relief and rescue efforts are the rainy season and strong winds.
Hundreds of residents on the island in the Sunda Straits are stranded and need to be airlifted out of safety. There's still the possibility that the volcano's continued tremors could trigger another tsunami. Water and medicine supplies are dwindling in shelters currently filled by thousands who have been displaced by the disaster.
So this is just a very brief backgrounder and context of what has happened. For more information, you can always check out straitstimes.com. We do have a tag Indonesia, so you can keep abreast with the latest ongoings. Now, what Singapore is doing to help, the Singapore Red Cross has pledged $50,000 in humanitarian aid to support disaster recovery efforts and also to fund the purchase and distribution of relief items. Now, if you're wondering what you can do to help, the Singapore Red Cross is accepting donations, which you can do so online. So this is a screenshot of the donation page. You can always go to redcross.give.asia and then you can make your donation if you want to.
Yes.
Okay. So
we'll take some comments.
Yep, let's take some comments. Okay, so I think people are still talking about the road etiquette issue. Yu Jin Kang says, bicycles don't pay road tax. Government should address this. Okay. And a lot of still on the
still on the cycling, I can see.
Do you want to take any?
Send these suggestions to LTA, Ming Yang said. I think most of the suggestions were suggested by LTA, right?
Okay. So anyway, we will move on to the next segment. So Rachel has been with us for quite a few months now. So she's been on Hangout, if you've been keeping track. This is the third episode, right? This is the one you've done, right? Yeah. But you've been here for about how long?
6 months only.
Okay. Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, it's good to see a new face. So maybe you want to share with us what videos you've been doing.
So for the past 6 months, I think the most exciting video that I did was on Pulau Ubin, which is very close to my heart because I really like the island. Basically, the video is about the Malay residents of Pulau Ubin who used to stay there. They came back for a reunion. And there's also this very inspirational young boy who went all the way to find his grandfather's house, which is no longer there. So I think that was quite exciting to do, and it got a lot of views, and I think that was like my moment for 2018. How about you? Do you have a moment in 2018?
I think it would be starting Hangout with ST with Haryanto.
Wow.
I'm surprised that we still have it going, only because the media landscape changes so fast. You never know what's going to happen like in a few months' time. And actually, Hangout is going to hit 1 year in 2 months, but I'm kind of afraid to say it now in case. Hopefully it happens.
I'm sure it will happen.
Well, but before the year comes to a close, before we get carried away with 2019, here are some top 5 videos that the Straits Times video team put together. Hopefully here you can see our range in covering interviews, human interest stories, live coverage on site as well. So have a look.
Hi, my name is Charmaine. I'm a flight stewardess with Singapore Airlines for almost 3 years now. People don't actually realize that being a cabin crew is hard work. We are usually battling with jet lag, waking up at odd hours to get ready for a really early morning flight, or staying up on a red-eye flight to ensure the comfort of our passengers.
Does it feel weird to be, in the opposition?
Yeah, it's very weird. I mean, the very people who used to call me names and all that, and I used to call them names, now they are working with me. And the thing is that they chose me to be their leader. It is a strange kind of acceptance, you see, but I get on well with them.
On a personal level?
On a personal level, as well as I begin to understand some of the grouses, the complaints that they made during my time. I begin to understand the basis of their complaint.
Security is very important to us in Singapore. As IC officers, it is our core duty to examine the travellers who come into Singapore for the safety and security of the country.
What do people say when they find out that you have 10 kids?
They are...
Are you sure?
Was you kidding?
Don't bluff me.
Good morning and thank you for joining us.
The arrival of the motorcades of both leaders, who are expected to be arriving at approximately 8:20 AM later on.
As you can see, the beast is right there in the center of the motorcade.
It was relatively quiet here when the leaders shook their hands, aside from a stray applause and whistle or two.
Okay, so those were literally snippets of the top 5 videos. To watch the full-length video, you can head down to straitstimes.com/videos and just give a quick Google search.
Yeah, looks good.
So we want to ask the viewers, right? Do you have, okay, apart from the 5 that we just showed, are there any other videos from the past year by ST that has stuck in your mind? Any favorite ones? You can just share with us roughly what it is, and then we'll, maybe we can give you some trivia, some behind-the-scenes information about the videos.
Yeah. So Alyssa, do you have any favorite out of the 5?
My favorite? I actually really like the supersized family where the couple had 10 children, because I just thought it was very sweet, it was very heartwarming. You see all the kids, like, the older ones helping each other out.
Yeah.
Just that very, I don't know, stirs up some maternal instinct, I don't know. What for you?
Oh wow. Okay, I think I really like the stewardess video, which I know you did.
Oh, thanks.
And
thanks.
part of it is because, yeah, with our colleagues, I'm right. Yeah, part of it is because I've always wanted to be an SIA stewardess myself, but never got a chance to.
Right, because of us?
Yeah, because
we got
of
you
us.
before you went over, but
Yes.
it's still in the cards, right, being an air stewardess?
I hope so,
right.
maybe one day.
And why do you want to be an air stewardess? Why do you want to be a stewardess?
I think the glamour of being a stewardess, it takes a lot of time to groom yourself and then go up there And maybe the idea of serving people is kind of like exciting, and also traveling, especially traveling around the world.
I see. Okay, but even after knowing that they wake up super early for early morning flights,
I think it's exciting for a young person like me. Maybe you won't do it at 40.
You should do it while you can. Not that I'm trying to chase you away, but you know, I always encourage people to chase their dreams.
Yeah, but because you did that video, right? I mean, what gave you the idea to do the before 10 a.m. series?
Okay, so we basically wanted to look at some jobs that were at weird hours. Of course, those were just the tip of the iceberg, but you know, we thought of looking at air stewardesses who had really early morning flights. Even if the flight were to be at a normal time, 9 a.m., they have to get there 2 hours before, 7 a.m. And you know, it takes quite some time to get the SIA makeup on and the hair and all that. So she's actually up at like 5 plus, and we were at her house at probably 4 a.m. or like 4:30 and all that. So yeah, but it was just interesting, and at the core of it is actually like the human interest story.
Yeah, and also the determination, and you know, for her job.
Yeah, a lot of sacrifice she made, right? Okay, so maybe we'll take some comments and we'll see what people have been talking about. Are we still talking about road etiquette here? Yes, we are. Okay, so it's a very heated debate right now going on in our comment section. Actually, but we love it. Thank you so much. Just try not to fight. But at the crux of it all, I think we should bear in mind that safety first and foremost, because I think there's some debate going on about who is wrong, who is right. But at the end of the day, does it matter when someone has passed away because of a road accident? I don't think so. I don't know.
And also patience and tolerance. You know, I was in a Grab car once, and a Grab driver told me that it's very important for him to control his vehicle, even though there are other cars that may, you know, go past him very quickly. He said that what he can do is control his vehicle, and that's what he will do. Yeah, and I think that's an important kind of message to everyone. Like, in order to be carrying on the road is to make sure you have control over your own vehicle and also be kind to others.
So did you give him a 5-star rating?
Yes, I did.
Good on you.
I feel like I learned a lot in Grab cars.
And then definitely they always say the most interesting things.
Yes, they do.
Okay, we'll take a few more comments before we move on. So Lim Siat Kiat says, from how people are taking sides on two very horrible human beings, it really makes me feel sick to my core. We should chastise these two horrible people and persons and their behaviors on the road, not giving them excuses or view their behaviors as justifiable.
Lim Siat Kiat said, we are so fixated on rules and who is right and wrong as a society that many people forget what is basic human decency and how to treat people correctly. This lorry driver versus cyclist incident just amplify the flaw in our society.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next segment. So Rachel, I want to know how you are feeling about the year so far.
I think 2018 has been very kind to me. I graduated this year, and then
fresh grad.
Yeah, so young. Very young. And I just like immediately been given an opportunity to work here and also be on Hangout with ST with you and Haranto. So I think that 2018 has been a very good year.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you.
How about you?
Younger. I think I'm fine. I'm happy, I suppose. I think I mentioned earlier before that I'm very happy that we have Hangout ST that happened this year. But moving forward, what we want to ask you, viewers, is there anything that you're looking forward to in 2019? Right. So what we are looking forward to, I know I am, is John Mayer's first ever concert in Singapore.
And Muse, right?
And Muse. I know a lot of my friends are looking forward to Muse, who will be coming to the F1 Grand Prix next year to perform.
Yes.
Yeah. How about
For
you?
me, I am a movie buff, so I'm looking forward to all the nice, you know, Disney movies in 2019, like Captain Marvel in March, the 4th Avengers movie, the Part 2 of Infinity War, and also the Lion King. You know, the very cute little cup. Yeah. I wish I can show a meme of it, but
so if any of you want to watch these movies, you know who to call and follow with to the cinema. You can email her. Well, we certainly want to usher 2019 in on a very bright and exciting note. So for that, do join the Straits Times in ushering your first meal of 2019. So what you should do is, or what you can do, is take a photo of your first meal. It doesn't have to be super grand. Literally something that's true to heart. Omakase or mee goreng, up to you. Take a photo of it, post it on Instagram on the 1st of January with the hashtags First Meal 2019 and Straits Times Food. Now, newsmakers and celebrities have agreed to join the Straits Times and our readers and viewers on this, such as Songbird, Can I say songbird? Nathan Hartono.
Nathan Hartono. Ivan Heng from Wild Rice, and also Wee Ting Wen of Lifestyle and F&B Group Lo and Behold. And if you want to share other non-food pictures, if you're not a foodie like me, you can share with us other photographs using the hashtag STHello2019.
So Rachel, earlier when we were rehearsing, she had this very specific picture already that she knows she will upload, which is a cat
looking at fireworks. I mean, nowadays the key to...
Hey, we're talking about cats.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are talking about cats.
Yeah, but the key to great videos is having cats on it.
I see.
Yeah, and photos.
So your
as well.
Instagram game is strong.
I hope so. Mine is mostly like cute cats at HDB void decks.
And speaking of places where to catch the fireworks, we do have some suggestions for you. So if you don't want to hang out at the typical Marina Bay Sands area, some alternative spots would be rooftops. Now, People's Park Complex, where the old park used to be, that's one. However, do take note that you do need a permit to take photos or videos when you're there.
Yes.
Because after all, it's you know, people live there.
And there's also one at Bras Basah Complex and Mount Faber Park.
Okay, so we don't want to be a nag, but disclaimer, when you do go to these places, please try not to fall off the rooftops or anything, you know, just have good, clean fun. And take a photo and hashtag.
You could do the Titanic kind of pose at the end of the void deck, but just don't fall off lah.
Yeah, be safe, be safe. Okay, so what are you planning to do for New Year's Eve?
I'm not much of a party person, so I think I'm just gonna stay in, snuggle, maybe get ice cream.
Okay.
How about you?
I think we are just as boring. we are both boring people, so I will stay home as well because I've gone out on New Year's Eve before. I've dealt with the crowds and I don't ever want to do it again. So I'll probably stay home, watch a movie, usher in the new year with family.
I don't think we're boring though. I think we're just restful.
Haryanto would definitely call us boring. I know he will. I know he will. So maybe we'll just say hi and see what people are talking about now. Okay, so Lim Siat Kat says, I'm also looking forward to watching Avenger and Lion King. You know who to call. You know who to call. Okay, Johnny Wee Lai Seng says, watching from Thailand. Hello.
Hello.
Do we say Kapun Kap?
Yes.
Okay. And now for our next segment.
So Onyam is other news in a minute, where we will crunch down the headlines of the week in 1 minute.
So the first one is Bali has enacted a ban on single-use plastics, including shopping bags, styrofoam and straws, as a way to curb pollution in its waters. The policy is aimed at producers, distributors, suppliers and business actors, including individuals, to suppress the use of single-use plastics. Administrative sanctions, such as not extending their business permit, will be imposed on those who do not comply with the ban.
Second one, Singapore's National Water Agency has put a stop to all fishing activities at Lower Pierce Reservoir and Upper Seletar Reservoir until further notice after Motoro stingrays were spotted recently. The Straits Times understands that the barbed freshwater stingrays may have been released into the reservoir by members of the public. PUB advised the public to exercise caution at the reservoirs because the Motoro stingray has a stinger at the base of the tail that can deliver poisonous stings that can cause extreme pain and even death, but they are not harmful unless you attack them.
And our last headline, more than 170 comments left by Singapore users on OFO's Facebook page have said that refund requests have gone unanswered. In a letter to OFO employees just last week, the chief executive of the Chinese bike-sharing company said it was battling immense cash flow problems and disbanding the firm was a considered option. OFO's Facebook page has not been updated in almost 2 months, and the company did not respond to queries from the Straits Times. Now we have our Facebook face-off. Okay, so ending this week's Hangout with Essie is this light-hearted segment, which Rachel was very excited about. She had a fist bump. Rachel's been winning 2 times already.
Yes.
This could be the 3rd time she's winning, but we'll see.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go first.
Okay.
Alright, okay, so anyway, if you think she's funnier, comment with the letter R. If you think I'm funnier, comment with the letter A. Okay? Alright. So the first one I have here is the Indian market where rat earns top prize. So people actually eat rats here in India. To Ong says, well, we have plenty in our hawker centres. Please come and catch free of charge.
I'm just smiling.
What was that? Okay, your turn.
Sorry, Sabo's touching you. Okay. So mine is spreading Christmas cheer in song and dance. Police new music video is a hit among social media users. And Chan Ui says, I would love to be arrested by these officers.
Not me, I wouldn't want to be arrested. Okay, if you thought that was funny, comment with the letter R for Rachel.
Yeah, and if you think Alyssa is funny, comment A.
Okay.
Okay, the next round is me again, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Jay Chow receives 446,000 Lamborghini SUV from wife for Christmas.
Wow.
And Wendy Lam says she paid with his credit card. Laugh, guys.
That's so nice. I laugh at your joke. Okay, so my one, the second one is, so the Turtle Museum at Chinese Garden, remember, they are relocating to Yishun in January. And Ng HS says, Yishun? Are you sure? Yishun? You know?
Actually, the comment after that is funny too.
Oh, what was it?
It was like, get ready for turtle ninjas, ninja turtles. Because Yishun is like known to be the creepy, crazy area.
Oh, where ninjas are?
No, it's just like the turtle will be like mutated and become ninja turtles.
That's actually quite good. Not bad,
Yeah.
not bad. But you didn't take it, right?
No, because you took it.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, this is my
Your
turn.
turn.
Okay, so round 3, this is the last round, this is the deciding one. Okay, so this durian Christmas tree is a hit at a Malaysian church. Okay, and they get to eat it too. Stephen Low JK says, Hail the King of Kings! Get it? Like King of Kings, the durian is the king of the fruit. You know, Harindra, I realised, is very good at laughing at his own jokes, but I cannot bring myself to laugh at my own jokes because I feel it's too hard sell. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Harindra, I'm not trying to bash you. But hey, hi. Okay.
I just think like if you have to explain your joke, it's not really a joke.
Exactly, but I try not to. But okay, let's move on. Your turn.
Okay, this is super cute. I don't have a cat, but I have this one. Slam dunking sea otter Eddie dies in Oregon Zoo at age 20. Xavier Camus says he's on the otter side now.
But he died though.
It's a pun.
But he died.
It's the otter side. Maybe heaven is for otters are like filled with otters.
He died. Okay, if you thought Rachel's jokes were funny, comment the letter R. If you thought somehow miraculously mine is funnier, type in A. I'm actually fully not expecting to win because I just keep losing. There was a period where I kept winning, and then I kept losing.
Guys, where are my fans?
Okay, a few more seconds and then we'll close voting. But I just want to read Gavin Sims' comment. He says, looking for humour in ST comments. Lol, I know, right? That in itself is a joke, actually, Gavin.
Oh, come on, Brendan.
Brendan, you can't vote for 2 people. You can't vote for E and R.
But then he chose you. Oh, no.
Oh, chose me. Okay, my friend Daryl, yes, I say, my friend Daryl Lowenway voted for me. Thank you, Daryl.
Where are my friends watching this?
Okay, so shall we? I think we're kind of strapped for time. So sorry about that, to rush it. Not that I want you to lose, but we kind of need to wrap it up. Okay, so 5 seconds and then the producer can share with us, our director can share with us who won. So we count down 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the winner is... I won! Sorry, I broke your lucky streak. Okay,
but congratulations.
At least you get some confetti as well.
Yeah,
you get some. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Certainly also contributing your comments and for staying with us to the end of the show. Once again, let's please give a huge round of applause to Rachel.
Thank you.
Yes. And also Happy New Year, everybody. This is, after all, the last episode
of Hangout.
Yeah. No, of 2018, not of Hangout.
Oh, sorry, of 2018.
2018. And as always, you can catch us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And we're also on straitstimes.com.
Yeah, and don't forget to share with your friends as well.
So same time, same place next week. Hurry until we'll be back, unless it's on MC.
Yes.
We'll see you, okay?
Yep.
Goodbye and
see you next week.